It lies quietly in the heart of Sumatra, a jewel of turquoise water cradled by emerald hills. To the casual observer, Lake Toba is a paradise, a serene testament to nature's beauty. But this tranquility is a deception. Beneath these calm waters sleeps a geological monster of unfathomable power. 74,000 years ago, this was not a lake, but the epicenter of the most violent event in the last 25 million years. This is the story of the Toba Supervolcano, an apocalypse that tore the earth apart, blocked out the sun, and brought our ancestors to their knees. It is not just a story of geology. It is the terrifying chapter of our history where the human story almost ended before it truly began.
The eruption was a volcanic explosivity index of 8, the highest rating possible. It didn't just explode, it obliterated. Imagine the power of 1 million nuclear bombs detonating simultaneously. In a matter of days, Toba ejected nearly 3,000 cubic kilometers of rock and ash into the atmosphere. To put that in perspective, that is enough debris to bury the entire United States under a foot of ash. The roar of the blast was likely the loudest sound ever heard in human history, audible thousands of miles away in India. Pyroclastic flows, avalanches of superheated gas and rock, raced across the ocean surface, incinerating everything in their path. The planet didn't just shake, it screamed.
The fire was only the beginning. The true horror came with the silence that followed. The massive plume of ash and sulfur dioxide reached the stratosphere, spreading a suffocating shroud around the globe. Sunlight was reflected back into space, plunging the Earth into a sudden, brutal volcanic winter. Global temperatures plummeted by as much as 5 to 10 degrees Celsius, accelerating the planet into an ice age. Tropical rainforests in Africa and Asia, the cradles of life, withered and died. The lush gardens that early humans relied on turned into frozen wastelands. For years, there was no true summer, just a gray, twilight existence where food became scarce and the cold was a relentless predator.
This is the moment of the great bottleneck. Genetic studies of modern human DNA reveal a startling truth. Around this time, the human population crashed. We were reduced to perhaps as few as 1,000 to 10,000 breeding pairs. The entire future of our species hung by a thread. In isolated pockets, likely along the coasts of South Africa, where the ocean still provided shellfish, small bands of survivors huddled together. They were not thriving, they were merely enduring. Every meal was a victory, every survived night a triumph against the cold. The low genetic diversity we see in humans today is a direct scar from this wound, a reminder that we are all descendants of this tiny, resilient group that refused to fade into the dark.
But the winter did not last forever. Eventually, the skies cleared, the sun returned, and with it, life rebounded with ferocious speed. The survivors of the Toba catastrophe emerged from their refuges, harder and smarter than before. This crisis may have forced us to innovate, to develop complex social networks and better tools just to survive. We spread out of Africa, populating every corner of the globe, carrying the memory of the fire and ice in our very genes. Today, Lake Toba sits silent, a beautiful mask over a violent past. It serves as a humbling reminder. We are fragile, existing at the mercy of a volatile planet. But it also proves something else, that humanity is defined not by how easily we live, but by how hard we fight to survive.